Yeah, a lot of politics in a country, in a brand new emerging democracy like ours, and I think people underestimate how different it is to be in politics in an emerging democracy, which is 18 years old, 19 years old, compared to being in an established democracy where regular elections result in the change of government like nothing. You know, you sneeze, you change governments. Or in European countries where 6 months can be spent for forming a coalition and nothing falls apart in the process. It's fundamentally different. When you operate in the former context, you're not just convincing people to vote for you. You're also convincing people to vote differently in general. Because in a brand new democracy, as is probably the case in Eastern Bloc countries, which were also liberated in the 90s like us, my communist friends will disagree. For them, this exercise in universal suffrage is like an identity. It's like an identity parade. You go into the booth and you say who you are. You don't vote for a political party because you want it to achieve certain things. You go in and you say, I'm ANC, this is who I am. If you're a black person in KwaZulu-Natal, you go in and you say, I'm IFP, Ngiyingata, it's who I am. You are a political party, you don't choose one. And just as you don't choose it, you don't just switch your choices. So a great deal of the work that we do is to try and reformulate how South Africans think about politics for the good of our democracy, because it can only survive if we can fast track a lot of what has happened in developed democracies and get people sooner rather than later to make their voting decisions on the basis of performance. That isn't to discount the importance of trust. I don't dismiss black South Africans who say, I don't want white people to run this country again. The last time they did, we lived under apartheid. I don't dismiss that and say, it's over, get past it. I understand that, I lived under apartheid. Everyone in this room lived under apartheid. It's not some concept in the far distant past, it's less than 20 years ago. People know what apartheid was. And many people associate white leadership in any form, whether it's the mayor of Cape Town or the leader of the DA, as a resurgence of apartheid simply because the person is white. Many people believe that all white South Africans were active participants in apartheid. There's no nuance to that. And it's a perfectly reasonable position to take in a country like ours. So you have to earn trust. You can't just say to people, don't consider race. Race doesn't matter. You can't say that to people. You have to say, I understand why you don't trust me. I understand why your instinct is to shy away from me. But believe me when I say this, you can trust me. I have a deep concern for the issues that affect you. I understand what your community is going through. I'm learning to speak your language. I have put forward policies and governed in a way that is advancing people of color, of all colors in this country. And until you earn that trust, you can't just sit back and expect people to get over it. That's not how it works. So I am not stressed out by the journey South Africa has to go through. I'm stressed out by how long it might take. It might take too long. The apathy might set in so much in the ANC that we inherit a government that we're unable to turn around. That's my fear. But I'm not afraid of the work that has to go into earning people's trust. I think any politician with their salt should want to do that. They shouldn't believe that they can just arrive and all of what happened in the past can sort of just be erased, because that's not how it works. And once you understand stuff like that, you understand why racial nationalism has such an appeal, why political parties whose offer is you are like me, you know, one says Albay Afrikaans, we are Zulus together, you know, we are vendors together, why that stuff resonates with people, and then you can convince those voters to, you know, try another path. It requires empathy.